Hello everybody, Anna Sabramowitz here, your interactive storytelling coach. How are you today? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Today I'm going to talk to you about a case study that I have for interactive storytelling and a secret little hidden benefit that got revealed as a result, and I thought it was delightful and surprising, and I wanted to share that with you. So if you are just stopping by and this is your first time today checking out interactive storytelling, and you want to learn more about it, then go to elearningsecrets.com, and there you have a full-on masterclass. Before I forget to tell you, elearningsecrets.com. Check it out. You won't regret it. It's basically a masterclass on how to do your own interactive story. If at the end of that you feel like you want to launch one, you can. People have sent me, their work and examples, so it's totally awesome. All right, so I'm just going to bring up my feed, make sure I can see your guys' comments, and say hi to whoever is stopping by today. All right, so hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. Now, so a couple of weeks back, what happened is we had one of the members in our interactive storytelling course. What happened is it's actually more of a coaching community than just a course. It's that, but mostly it's about the fact that we're all working together to achieve an awesome result, which is have somebody launch their own interactive story. So one of my students, Talvi, what she did graciously is not only did she, launch her own interactive story, but she gave us a behind the scenes kind of walkthrough of her thinking, some of her lessons learned. And also, we were all pretty, hi Omar. Yeah, glad to have you here live. And so one of the things that she talked about is how, so to craft an interactive story, right? What was the purpose? She works at an organization where what they have is a bunch of different kinds of software systems. So it's a very complex job. But she found that the people who were leaving the training, what happened is the systems, they would know how to use the system, but one of the things that would happen is they would deal with customers and sometimes find out information that wasn't necessarily nice. The customer would be like, what? This is what's happening? That's crazy, right? It was stressful. A big mistake would cost a lot of money. And so this is perfect because a lot of people ask me, they're like, Anna, how can you use a story to teach people software? Well, the thing is, you can teach people software all day long, but there's also the part that it's about the application, right? It's about the context, and also it's about dealing with people. So even if you're, let's say somebody who is working at a front desk somewhere and you're trying to access records and do things for people, you still have to deal with humans. And adding that pressure of somebody there can really leave you to make mistakes and get you flustered, right? So those things are very important. And she found that was the gap, is that everybody was getting kind of like the technical knowledge, but there was nothing that would bridge the gap between making them really confident about, sharing this information or making decisions. And so her interactive story was all about reinforcing that, which was cool because she really got them to experience, let's say you do make a mistake. What happens? Oh my God, you know how in your mind, especially if you're just starting a job, you can really build that mistake up to be just something epic, or you don't even know what's going to happen, so you don't even try because, of course, real mistakes cost money, right? So what she did is she actually collaborated with the team that managed those calls, the team that managed the customer service experience, the mistakes that people were making, especially the new people, and incorporated all of that into this awesome interactive experience. Basically, how somebody would go through this, her protagonist had to go through these challenges, and at the end come out not like stupid confident, because that's not realistic, right? There's no way that you can go through a 15-minute, learning experience and be like, I'm ready. But what it did is that it offered these people an opportunity to either seek out more help if there were areas that they struggled with, or it addressed some common beliefs that they had about how to deal with customers or how to listen well. Anyways, the thing is amazing. One of the things that I struggle with is that I see my students craft these amazing experiences and you guys are never going to see them because they're not made public, right? So once in a while, if there is a public one, I will share the heck out of it because it's awesome and rare. So what was really cool with hers, and this was Talvi's first interactive story. She had never crafted one before. But one of the things that was awesome is she looked at the frameworks and models that we provide, and she said, I really like this one. I'm going to start with this. And as her context kind of deepened and she saw certain opportunities to incorporate certain kinds of mechanics, she did. So what I love seeing is people using the same framework, but in their context, it takes on a different flavor because she's adding things from her workplace that make it a custom experience for them, even though everybody's really using the same framework underneath. And that's what I think great e-learning does, is you know what kind of experience you're going to build, and it has a good framework. Like if you want people to have an aha moment, you're going to know what kind of interactive story you're going to build. If you want people to have perceive their gap, right? Like they're like, oh, I thought I knew this. If you want people to really be inspired by jumping into, let's say, a learning journey because you've inspired them to see the potential in somebody else's story, all those things, right? All those things have a separate framework. And so she did that. But here's the special thing that happened that I thought was like really cool. So she's talking to us about the experience, right? And how she's super proud of crafting it. And there was dedicated days that she had to just making this experience go, right? And she said one of the things that was cool is when she got a couple of those working, and she was very proud of them. And she had people from her workplace even contribute their voices. She showed some of it to her partner. And I thought this was gold. I was like, how many of us, like, let's be honest. How many of you have ever gone back home and been like, listen, look at what I'm doing. This is so cool. Like never, right? You're never like, look at this PowerPoint conversion and then go through it. Like she basically was able to be like, check this out. This is awesome. It's a character's journey. There's no, the compliance and stuff in there before she even put that in, before she referenced any specific stuff. The journey itself was engaging enough for her partner to be like, hey, this is cool. Wow. And actually make decisions as a novice. Obviously, it's not contextual. Target audience is different. But the fact that this thing is wrapped around a story and it's so engaging and you're so proud of it, and you actually, when you show it to somebody, they're actually interested. That's cool. I mean, I crafted my own e-learning demo. It's called Broken Coworker. And I got to tell you, I share that thing with everybody. I even shared it with my mom, and I had her go through it because bullying is kind of a, it's a very universal struggle for a lot of us, right? So I was like, you got to check this out. Now, that's what I think is amazing when you craft pieces that really make you proud, is that you, especially when they're story driven, you can actually share those experiences. You're proud of them to share them with the people that you care about and love, because this is now your work. This is your legacy. And I thought that's an amazing side benefit. Now, I'm never going to be like, by the way, when you craft an interactive story, you'll be able to, tell your family that you're building something awesome. I mean, you can still do that. That's not going to be a benefit of joining the coaching program, but it's kind of awesome, right? Like when you do that, how many times do we get to do that? Not very often. How many people work at jobs that they never get to bring home and say, hey, I'm doing something amazing today. I'm changing lives. And that's what we do. I was talking to somebody like last week, and when you think about it, like, and we were discussing this idea of like, do I want to go freelance or do I want to work at this organization? Now, this guy, he works at a huge organization and he loves being there. He knows that he loves the organization. He's got a great team around him. And one of the things that, I know he's going to be able to do is over years have this multiplier effect, right? Of like, what does it mean to be somebody who influences thousands and thousands of people's like learning and lives in the end, lives, right? That's what we're doing. We're affecting lives, which is so awesome. So if you've already seen my webinar at elearningsecrets.com and you're like, man, I'm ready to take on the next level. I want to craft experiences that I want to be proud of, that move people to action. And I'm stuck. Like I just need that extra, little bit of help, support, and guidance because everything else is just overwhelming me. I need that framework and system to be able to actually move forward. I would love to help you. I would love to chat. So if you're interested in talking about crafting your own piece or getting a piece set up for your own organization, like as far as saying, hey, we need this, I want to incorporate this, I believe in this, I'd love to talk to you. And it's what's really cool is if you can share with me, I'll put a link underneath the video to my calendar. But one of the things that I love is when you share your context with me, like where you want, whether it is for you, for your own portfolio, or whether it is what organization you work for. Because the thing is, it's like storytelling has been taken away from us, as far as I'm concerned, by the entertainment industry. And it was initially, and it is still, a teaching tool. It's a tool for people to learn, remember, frame things. And a lot of us are still having trouble figuring out how that beautiful teaching tool relates to their own context. And I want to make sure that when you come on that call, that I've got some examples for you, or that we can talk through that so I can come up with some ideas, because I've been doing this for years now, but also just in the past 6 months, it's been really intense with all the student projects that we've had in the coaching accelerator. So I really wanted to make sure that when you come on that call, I've got some ideas for you, and you're excited too. All right. So I hope you have a fabulous rest of the week. If you were here participating, I so appreciate you being here. If you found this useful and maybe a little bit inspirational and somebody else needs this, you better share it. That's what friends do. All right. So I'll talk to you next time, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you here tomorrow. Bye.